What if I told you that one of the most common foods you've been relying on to protect your muscles may not be enough to keep you strong as you age? For decades, eggs have been praised as the gold standard of protein. Breakfast tables across America, scrambled, boiled, sunny side up, have carried the promise of strength. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Even if you eat eggs every single morning, you might still be losing muscle faster than you realize. And when that muscle disappears, the risks rise: falls, fractures, weakness, and the slow loss of independence that no one wants to face. I've spent nearly 30 years working with older adults, and I can tell you this muscle loss is not just a number on a chart. It's the difference between being able to carry groceries into the house or struggling to lift the bag. It's the difference between playing on the floor with your grandkids or watching from a chair. And the sad part, most people never see it coming until it's too late. Now, don't get me wrong. Eggs are good. They're convenient, they're nutritious, and they have their place. But the truth is they are not the only answer, and certainly not the best one when it comes to protecting your muscles after 60. In fact, depending on eggs alone could mean you're missing out on other powerful foods that can do far more to rebuild strength, improve recovery, and keep you active well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. That's why today, I'm going to reveal 7 foods that are not only more affordable than eggs, but are also proven to fight muscle loss better. They're simple, they're accessible, and they're waiting for you in almost every grocery store in America. By the time you finish this video, you'll see that staying strong doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. When most people think of muscle food, their minds go straight to eggs, chicken, or maybe a protein shake. But let me share something that often surprises my patients. Plain Greek yogurt can compete with any of those. In fact, it quietly solves some of the biggest problems older adults face when it comes to protecting muscle. Here's why. A single cup of plain Greek yogurt provides around 20 grams of complete protein. That's nearly identical to a small chicken breast. But what makes it extraordinary isn't just the amount, it's the 2 types of protein it contains, whey and casein. Whey digests quickly, sending amino acids rushing into your bloodstream, almost like flipping a light switch for your muscles. Casein, on the other hand, digests slowly over the course of several hours, acting like a steady IV drip of building blocks. Think of it like starting a campfire. Whey is the spark that catches instantly, while casein is the log that keeps glowing long after the spark fades. For older adults, that combination is gold. Why? Because as we age, we don't always eat protein at every meal. Maybe you grab toast for breakfast, or you're not hungry at lunch. Greek yogurt helps bridge those gaps, keeping your muscles fed, even if meals are spaced apart. Now let's talk about leucine, the amino acid on switch for muscle building. Research shows seniors need roughly 3 grams of leucine per meal to trigger muscle protein synthesis. A cup of Greek yogurt gives you about 2.5 grams, one of the best natural sources outside of specialized supplements. Add a sprinkle of nuts or seeds, and you've hit the target easily. But Greek yogurt's secret weapon isn't only protein. It's also packed with probiotics, those living bacteria that strengthen your gut health. And gut health matters more for muscles than most people realize. Poor gut balance can block nutrient absorption and spark inflammation, both of which weaken muscle over time. Think of probiotics as upgrading your body's delivery system, so every nutrient you eat, protein, vitamins, minerals, actually gets to the right place. And here's the kicker cost. A large tub runs about $5 and gives 5 servings. That's just $1 for 20 grams of protein plus gut support, far cheaper than protein bars or powders. Yogurt is a powerhouse, but muscles need more than fuel alone. They need an anti-inflammatory ally, something that cools the fire of aging from the inside out. That's where the ocean steps in with sardines. I know what you might be thinking. Sardines, really that smelly little fish in a can. And I get it. Sardines have an image problem in America. But here's the truth. If seniors knew what was packed inside that $2 can, they'd never walk past it again. Let's start with the basics. 1 small can of sardines provides 23 grams of complete protein. That's more protein then 3 eggs combined in a form that's incredibly easy for the body to digest. But the real treasure inside sardines is not just protein, it's omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. These fatty acids don't just protect your heart and brain, they directly improve your muscles' ability to respond to protein. Imagine your muscles are listening to a radio signal. With age, that signal fades. Omega-3s turn up the volume, making sure your body hears the call to build muscle loud and clear. But it doesn't stop there. Omega-3s also reduce chronic inflammation, one of the hidden enemies of aging muscles. Low-grade inflammation quietly sabotages recovery and accelerates muscle loss. Sardines help shut that down. And while we're here, let's talk about vitamin D, a nutrient that nearly 3 out of 4 older Americans are deficient in. 1 can of sardines delivers about 40% of your daily needs. Low vitamin D means weak muscles, poor balance, and higher fall risk. Sardines give you a natural food-based way to restore it. Now here's a benefit most people overlook. Sardines are canned with their tiny edible bones. Those bones are a powerhouse of calcium, around 35% of your daily requirement, which is just as essential for muscle contraction as it is for bone strength. Add in CoQ10, a nutrient that acts like a spark plug inside every muscle cell, and you've got a complete formula for energy and endurance. And let's face it, sardines are affordable. Around $2 for one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. Compare that to supplements, fish oil pills, vitamin D capsules, calcium tablets that might cost you 10 times as much but never deliver the same synergy. Still, I understand sardines won't win every taste test. That's okay, because there's a budget-friendly plant sitting quietly on pantry shelves across America that can transform muscle health in its own unique way: lentils. Whenever I bring up lentils, some patients laugh. Doc beans for muscles? That's not real protein. But here's the truth. Lentils are one of the cheapest, most underestimated muscle-building foods you can buy in America. 1 cup of cooked lentils gives you about 18 grams of protein. And while it's true, lentils are low in 1 amino acid methionine, your body easily balances that out when you eat a varied diet. What makes lentils extraordinary isn't just the protein, it's what comes along with it. A single cup also delivers 16 grams of fiber, nearly half your daily needs. That fiber includes something called resistant starch, which acts like a secret weapon for older adults. Why? Because resistant starch improves insulin sensitivity. Think of insulin as the key that unlocks your muscle cells so protein can get inside. As we age, that lock starts to rust, insulin doesn't work as well, and protein literally bounces off the door. Resistant starch from lentils oils the lock, restoring insulin sensitivity so your muscles can absorb the protein you eat. That means the protein in your steak, your yogurt, even your eggs, works harder when you pair it with lentils. And there's more. Lentils are one of the best sources of folate, a B vitamin essential for red blood cell formation and protein metabolism. 1 cup provides about 90% of your daily needs. They're also loaded with iron, around 37% of your daily value, which keeps oxygen flowing to your muscles, and magnesium, 18% of your daily value, a mineral critical for contraction, relaxation, and recovery. Studies consistently show that seniors with higher magnesium intake perform better in strength tests and experience less muscle loss. And don't forget cost. A 1-pound bag of dried lentils costs about $2 and cooks into 6 cups. That's 6 hearty muscle-supporting servings at roughly 33 cents each. No supplement can touch that value. Cooking is easy too, no overnight soaking. Just rinse, simmer for 20 minutes, and you're done. Lentils prove that plants can be just as powerful as animal proteins. But there's one dairy food that works while you sleep quietly, feeding your muscles through the night, and that's cottage cheese. Cottage cheese doesn't always get the spotlight, but for seniors who want to stay strong, it may be one of the smartest foods you can keep in your fridge. Why? Because it's the perfect overnight fuel. 1 cup delivers about 25 grams of protein. But unlike yogurt or meat, Most of that protein is casein, a slow-digesting type that releases amino acids gradually over several hours. Think of casein like a steady drip IV feeding your muscles while you sleep. And sleep is when your body does the bulk of its repair work. Every night your muscles go into recovery mode, patching up micro tears from daily activity. If you go to bed on an empty stomach, that repair process stalls. But if you eat a serving of cottage cheese before bed, your muscles have a steady stream of building blocks available all night long. It's like giving your body a night crew that works overtime to keep your strength intact. There's another hidden gem inside cottage cheese: glutamine, the most abundant amino acid in human muscle. With age, stress, or illness, glutamine levels drop, leading to muscle breakdown and a weaker immune system. By replenishing glutamine, cottage cheese protects both muscle and immunity, helping you stay active and healthy. Add to that selenium, a powerful antioxidant that supports thyroid function, and you have a food that doesn't just feed muscle, it supports the systems that keep your metabolism humming. Some worry about sodium in cottage cheese, but for many older adults, moderate sodium actually helps maintain hydration and proper electrolyte balance, especially for those on certain medications that lower sodium too much. And unlike many salty processed foods, cottage cheese delivers sodium alongside protein, calcium, and essential nutrients, not empty calories. Versatility is another reason I recommend it. Eat it sweet with fruit, savory with tomatoes and herbs, or blend it into smoothies and dips. It adapts to your taste and keeps meals interesting. At under $1 per serving, cottage cheese offers one of the most efficient ways to supply your muscles with steady protein. But protein alone isn't enough. To truly contract and relax, muscles need minerals, and one little seed delivers them in remarkable amounts. Let's talk about pumpkin seeds. When people think of protein, they imagine steak or chicken, not a handful of tiny green seeds. But pumpkin seeds, often called pepitas, are one of the most underrated tools for keeping muscles strong, especially as we age. Sure, 1 ounce gives you about 9 grams of protein, but the real story here isn't just protein. It's the mineral package that comes with it, and that's where pumpkin seeds shine. Let's start with zinc. That small handful provides around 20% of your daily needs. Zinc is like the foreman on a construction site. It directs the building of new muscle cells and ensures hormones like testosterone stay at healthy levels. And yes, women need testosterone too. It's essential for preserving muscle in both men and women. A deficiency in zinc, which is shockingly common in older adults, means the construction site shuts down, muscle building slows, and strength fades. Now pair that with magnesium. Roasted, they make a satisfying snack that beats chips any day. For just a couple of dollars, a bag, you're buying not just protein, but a mineral powerhouse that keeps muscles firing on all cylinders. Protein and minerals are vital, but without the right fuel, those nutrients can't get into your muscles efficiently. That's why the next food, an ancient seed that Americans are finally embracing, plays such a critical role. Let's talk about quinoa. Quinoa has a reputation as a health food trend, but for older adults who want to preserve muscle, it's far more than a fad. This tiny seed, often used like a grain, is one of the few plant foods that provides complete protein, all 9 essential amino acids your body can't make on its own. 1 cup of cooked quinoa gives you about 8 grams of protein. But what makes quinoa powerful isn't just its protein. It's the way it helps your body use the protein from everything else you eat. Here's why muscles don't grow on protein alone. They need carbohydrates to drive the process. When you eat carbs, your body releases insulin, the hormone that acts like a shuttle moving amino acids from your bloodstream into your muscle cells. Without carbs, much of the protein you eat never makes it into your muscles. Quinoa provides complex carbohydrates, the kind that digest slowly and avoid blood sugar spikes, while still producing enough insulin to escort protein right where it's needed. Think of it as the fuel truck that ensures the bricks and cement actually reach the construction site. Quinoa also brings something rare in plant foods: lysine, an amino acid essential for muscle repair and the production of carnitine, which helps convert fat into usable energy. Add to that its impressive supply of manganese, about 30% of your daily needs per cup, plus iron and B vitamins that support red blood cell production and energy metabolism. And you start to see why quinoa stands out. Early research even shows it contains esidestroids, plant compounds that may act like natural anabolic agents, helping maintain muscle mass as you age. From a practical standpoint, quinoa is quick and easy. It cooks in about 15 minutes, just like rice, but provides far more nutrition. Batch cook it on Sunday, keep it in the fridge, and you've got a base for salads, stir-fries, breakfast bowls, or side dishes all week. At roughly $1 per serving, it's an affordable upgrade that pays back in strength and energy. Quinoa fuels the fire, but there's one more seed that balances the entire system, providing protein, anti-inflammatory fats, and rare nutrients in one package. Let's finish strong with hemp seeds. Hemp seeds are small, but don't let their size fool you. Just 3 tablespoons deliver about 10 grams of complete protein with all 9 essential amino acids in an incredibly digestible form, about 95% bioavailable. That means your body actually uses almost everything you eat. For older adults who sometimes struggle to digest heavy proteins, this is a game changer. But protein isn't the only reason hemp seeds belong on your plate. They have something rare, the perfect balance of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids, about 3 to 1. Most American diets are way off balance with too much omega-6 driving inflammation. Hemp seeds bring it back into alignment. Even better, they contain a special omega-6 called GLA gamma-linolenic acid, which actually reduces inflammation and supports hormone balance. For seniors, where chronic inflammation quietly erodes muscle over time, this is a powerful ally. Hemp seeds are also rich in arginine, the amino acid that boosts nitric oxide production. Better circulation means better delivery of protein, oxygen, and nutrients to your muscles, like clearing a clogged highway so traffic flows smoothly again. Add to that a hefty dose of phosphorus, about 50% of your daily needs, and magnesium, about 45% in just 3 tablespoons, and you've got minerals that power contraction relaxation and energy storage inside every muscle cell. What I love most is how easy they are. No cooking, no prep, no hassle. You just sprinkle them on salads, yogurt oatmeal, or blend them into smoothies. They have a mild, nutty taste that works with almost anything. At about $1.50 per serving, they cost less than a latte, but deliver far more long-term strength. Now let's pull it all together. Over the past few minutes, we've walked through 7 affordable foods that outperform eggs when it comes to protecting muscle, Greek yogurt for its dual protein system, sardines for omega-3s, and vitamin D lentils for resistant starch and minerals, cottage cheese for overnight repair, pumpkin seeds for zinc and magnesium, quinoa for fuel and lysine, and hemp seeds for balance and anti-inflammatory power. Each one plays a different role, but together they form a complete, affordable blueprint for muscle health after 60. And here's the key: you don't need all 7 every day. Pick 3 or 4, rotate them through the week, and you'll be giving your muscles everything they need to stay strong, steady, and independent for years to come. We've covered a lot together, so let's take a moment to bring it all home. Over the course of this video, I've shown you 7 simple, affordable foods that can do more for your muscles than most people ever realized. We started with plain Greek yogurt, fueling your body with both fast and slow proteins. Then we went to the sea with sardines, bringing omega-3s, vitamin D and calcium straight to your muscles and bones. Lentils proved that plants can fight muscle loss just as well as meat, giving you resistant starch and minerals that restore insulin sensitivity. Cottage cheese stepped in as the nighttime protector, quietly repairing muscle while you sleep. Pumpkin seeds offered the minerals zinc and magnesium that keep muscles firing properly. Quinoa showed us that carbs aren't the enemy, they're the fuel that gets protein into your muscles. And finally, hemp seeds balanced the system with anti-inflammatory fats and easy-to-digest protein. Each one of these foods plays a unique role, and together they form a roadmap to strength, independence, and vitality as you age. And here's the truth I want you to hold on to: it's never too late. I've worked with men and women in their 70s, 80s, even 90s, and I've seen them gain muscle, improve balance, and reclaim energy they thought was long gone. Your body is never past the point of responding. What it needs is the right fuel and the right consistency. Now I know change can feel overwhelming. You might be wondering, do I really have to eat all 7 foods every day? The answer is no. Start small. Pick 2 or 3 you like and begin rotating them into your meals. Add yogurt to breakfast. Swap chips for pumpkin seeds. Try a lentil soup for lunch or sprinkle hemp seeds on a salad. Over time, these little choices add up and they'll give you the strength to keep doing the things you love, carrying groceries, gardening, playing with your grandkids, or simply getting up from a chair with confidence. Your health, your independence, your energy, they're worth protecting. And the best part is, it doesn't have to cost a fortune. These foods are affordable, accessible, and proven to work. You just need to take the first step. If you found this helpful, do me and yourself a favor. Save this video so you can come back to it when you're at the grocery store. Like this video to let us know you want more content like this. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss the latest medical insights and practical health tips designed specifically for you. And most importantly, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 7 foods are you going to try first? Drop a comment below, share your thoughts, and let's learn from each other. Remember, every meal is an opportunity, not just to eat, but to invest in your future strength. Stay strong, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.